Hi, it's Easy Ann. I want to talk a little bit about shame. I have a friend who told me about, she was a chairperson of a fashion show. This was many, many years ago. It's when people wore pantyhose. And she was in charge of it, and she had to go to the restroom, and when she did, she accidentally tucked the hem of her skirt in the back of her pantyhose. So in the back, her dress was pulled up, tucked into her pantyhose. And she said nobody told her that it was like that. Now, why in the world wouldn't somebody tell her? Was it shame? They were embarrassed to say, oh, can you believe that? Because a lot of times that's what we do. We're embarrassed to tell people. Hey, I am so into telling people when there's something that they need to change, because they kind of look, they would be embarrassed if they knew, like your zipper is open. I'll say to a man, I'll kind of whisper to him and say, you know, your zipper's open. Or if I'm in a restaurant, I'm telling you, somebody's 2 tables away from me and they got Spanish on their teeth, I'll go, Spanish. But on the converse side, I can be walking down the street and I'll see somebody who has on an outfit that I think is really great, and I'll just look at them and say, oh wow, you were so pulled together. We want to live large. We tend to have this habit because of shame, I think, because of guilt, I think, because we've been put down and shut up and told to be quiet so many times that we don't live out loud. We don't be who we're meant to be. We either, when we're in shame, we tend to either look down on people and say, oh, I'm better than they are, they're not, blah, 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 blah. Or we look up to people and say, oh, I'm not as good as they are, maybe they'll notice me. But what we really want to do is to not go up or down when we see people, because that's all based on shame. What we want to do is be equal. That's what I think when I'm with somebody. I'm thinking I'm equal. They've got the same fears, they've got the same kinds of holdbacks and dramas and everything that I do. Maybe they have a little bit more of this or a little bit less of this, but basically we all harbor the same kind of emotions, the same kind of life. And so so just remember, when you're out and you're with somebody, you're shrinking back, you say, no, I'm not going to go little. I'm not going to look up to them like, oh, they're going to think I'm bad, or they're going to think I'm okay. Or we don't want to go big, where we say, oh, look at them, they're really big. Because when we go big, you know, like that, when we go, I'm better than you, that's kind of a bravado kind of thing. That's the bully consciousness. That's the almost cavalier about life kind of consciousness. We want to do that, but it's natural to do that. So don't beat yourself up if you do it. Just know it's natural to do that when we're shame-based people. But what we want to do is that we want to learn to live our equality. And it really doesn't take a whole lot except to just straighten our body in an adult position rather than being cowering down or trying to hover over people. We just straighten our body and just say, we're equal. I can come from that space. I can come from that space. I don't know if you remember this little trick that many people were told if they were speaking to an audience and they were afraid when they were speaking, they were to imagine that everyone had on underwear, and that was kind of to normalize it so they wouldn't be afraid to speak. Well, we have different ways that we can remember to equalize ourselves so that we don't feel less than and greater than people. And what happens when we feel equal to other people? We're vulnerable, but we're also masterful and powerful. We can't be better than somebody and be masterful and powerful. We can't think that we're better than someone and be masterful and powerful people. Oh, this is so pretty. I'm outside and this beautiful little red bird just landed right by me. It's a little cardinal. Oh, so sweet. But we can't think that we're less than and try to suck up to people and look up to people and be masterful and powerful. The only place we can do that is that when we're equal. That is the place of harmony. That is the place of power, when we are equal with everyone else. And I want you to remember one more thing for sure, and that is that I love you. And the reason I wear a hat when I do a lot of these videos is because my hair looks so wild that if I just put my hat on, I look much better. It's such a quick cure. I love it. And I can say that I'm vain because I want my hair to look good. No. Well, yeah, I am kind of vain. But anyway, that's okay. There I go. See how bad it looks like that? And now it looks better like this. because I'm an unprofessional hat wearer, and I love you.